Before I start this video, I want to thank everybody that like, comment, share, and subscribe. I see it. God see it. Blessings to you and your situations. Just in case you don't make it to the end of the video, I wanted to thank you now. Thank you. And I mean that.
It'd be crazy if underground human trafficking and snuff film productions are the reason that serial killers exist. So there's this farm in Indiana, Fox Hollow Farm. It was purchased by Herbert Richard Baumeister in 1988. He died by unaliving himself after a warrant was issued for his arrest. He was wanted and the suspect of multiple killings. In 1994, his son found human remains in the backyard, called the cops, and they found some more human remains. So this was all in the 90s. Fast forward to now, and they have found 10,000 pieces of human on that farm. 10,000 different bodily remains. There were 7,000 or so remains found after 9/11, which led to about 1,500 identified people. So with 10,000 body parts, you're talking thousands of people, obviously, I feel like. Interestingly enough, it's very hard to figure out who owned the farm before Baumeister. Let's talk about John Wayne Gacy and John David Norman real quick. John Wayne Gacy, of course, is the freaky clown, actual inspiration for it, for Pennywise. Now, after he was caught, John David Norman was caught with videos of John Wayne Gacy, doing stuff to these kids. John David Norman, who had been arrested multiple times at this point, was then discovered to be running some sort of underground snuff film / child video film business, and he had a client list of over 5,000 people. And 6 months later, you have the Toolbox murders, which again, filming, videotapes, photographs, all that stuff was a part of it. And of course, I haven't even gotten into Project Delta yet. Stay tuned.
Like I said, the Epstein files is just the tip of the iceberg.
All they want to do to you is all they want to do. Trusted somebody before this would happen. You let them get close to you. This is all they want to do. This is all they want.
I hate when people ask me what's wrong, because it's not like you can say I'm in an existential crisis due to the fact that I'm painfully aware of everything that's going on and how absurd and nonsensical it all is. Meanwhile, all these sheep are blissfully walking through life with no issues, while I'm deeply conscious, which is causing all my suffering. Meanwhile, I'm trying to find purpose in it all. So instead, I just say nothing.
Yeah, you can't tell nobody all of that. You can't tell people that you're getting gang stalked without them looking at you crazy. But check it out. This isn't the 80s, the 90s, the mid-2000s or anything like that. This is 2026. And now people are going to listen to us. There's going to come a time that we can tell each other exactly how we feel, exactly what's going on, and we're not going to look crazy. We're not going to sound strange and weird.
Look at this shit.
My eyes. Look at my eyes.
My eyes. How the fuck he do that? How the fuck he do that? Demon magicians. Watch this shit right here. Look. Yeah, motherfucker, no. He disappeared. How the fuck he get behind that girl like that? Now this one is crazy work. Look at the shadows, dog. Look at the shadows. Look at this shit. Fuck no. This is different work. Now he gonna put a motherfucking quarter under a glass. Put the napkin on top that motherfucker. Tell motherfucker to focus. Shake it, shake the motherfucker around, dog. Where the fuck did it go? Where'd it go? Now he pulling up on a motherfucking bike. Light on that motherfucker. Just chilling. Well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, dog? What you gonna do? Show him. Where that bitch come from? That ain't right. Didn't got the nerve to leave with the bitch. These are demon magicians. Demonic. Big facts. No bullshit. Dog.
Why are they making these symbols?
Called the lower astral. These are the people who are so deep into negativity. The ones who are the drug addicts and the alcoholics and the murderers and the criminals, they're so caught up into that when they die, they don't even know they've died. They think they're still physical. They can't understand, why can't I feel the same things? Why can't I do the same things? They're very confused. And they keep trying to be around the same things that they just left. And they're trying to get the same sensations by osmosis that they had. You might even say it's the earthbound spirits, because they don't know there's anything else. The greeter, the one who has come to take them, help show them where to go, is there, but they aren't paying any attention to him. This is a totally confused spirit realm. So the greeter is there, and he's just waiting patiently for them to finally get tired of this. After a while, the spirit begins to realize, this isn't any fun. I can't get back into that body. Then they will see the greeter. And he says, well, it's about time now you're ready to go on to where you're supposed to go.
This is where you learn from the world's mistakes, so that you stop believing a lie that they forced you to believe. This isn't for the weak, because the 99% of people won't be able to stomach this. But if you do, your life will never be the same. Now it all starts with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson constantly facing controversy. Things like the water bottles and the yellow stuff that he put inside them, being laid on cast, confrontations that he experienced, Vin Diesel, Mariah Carey, Jim Carrey. Not a single one of them hold a candle to this, because oddly enough, through all the glamour, money, fame, fortune, we as a society look to him and we're absolutely amazed and captivated because the wholeness that he has. However, when these harsh and cruel endeavors did transpire, people started to notice certain things that they could have never prepared for. And as a result, it's too late, because there's no cure that causes a remedy. I mean, just look at this.
20 years of fame, millions of fans. It looked like a miracle, but whispers spread. This wasn't luck. His body looked superhuman, his endurance almost unreal. But the devil never gives anything for free. Stripped of his legendary mass, his shoulders no longer stone, his biceps deflated.
That's
the most
huge.
chilling part, rumor has it, the contract said, on the 20th year, you give back everything you were given.
I don't need to deliberate. Hang that nigga now.
Okay. I believe that the celebrities are starting to change. This is New Earth. The glamour spell, it's not working anymore. And I believe that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson participated. But he was on the juice. Let's be honest. And he is aging. You can't take that much juice after a certain age, after so many years of taking the juice. You understand what I'm saying? I've worked out for so many years. I've been to so many gyms. I've seen guys come in the gym and look like The Rock. How he used to look real big and buff. And then 6 months later, they look like the new Rock, the skinny Rock. And all they did was stop taking the juice. So yeah, he probably changed because of New Earth. All of them are going to change. We're going to see exactly how they are. But could this just be the juice? I mean, I've seen this in real life.
Psychology reveals that people who talk to themselves, create imaginary scenarios, and replay full conversations in their minds often see it as harmless. But in reality, it's the brain's way of self-regulation, a coping mechanism. When the outside world feels too distant to understand, the mind becomes both the speaker and the listener, creating a safe space to express what can't be spoken. Psychology...
Wouldn't it be crazy if a whistleblower from CERN has come forward saying that they literally affected space and time?
Before we get into that, let me ask you a question.
The song that never ends from that show Lamb Chops. This is the song that never ends. You remember that song? No, you don't remember it, apparently. Check this out.
This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the song that doesn't end.
Bro, I do not care what you try and tell me. It was never doesn't end. This is the song that doesn't end.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the other day I overheard somebody say, people will say they are not jealous of you because you don't have anything to be jealous of. When the whole time, a smile and a cheerful heart is enough to burn a hole in a miserable soul. I don't.
Looking forward to seeing their reactions when they see me.
Boys and girls, she's standing up so you can see just how tall she is.
I probably was the tallest Snow White that I've ever seen. And I wish you all happy Halloween.
All right, don't scroll away because I learned about another interesting law that's changing. Two of them, in fact. So the first one is that they are going to start mandating paternity tests at the time of birth for children. The reason why is when they do get maternity tests, turns out that 1/3 of the fathers are not the biological father. The other one is that they're going to be changing the child support laws so that if you can't collect child support unless it's from the biological father, and the biological father must have actually been a part of your life, meaning that a one-night stand cannot be held for child support. The person actually had to play a significant role in your life. So I think the law is trying to incentivize that you stay loyal. Doesn't seem like a crazy change to me. What do you guys think about it?
When the last time you seen a tall man with a tall ass woman? Tall men ain't even attracted to tall women. They like short women. So then they take all the short women, then they leave all the tall women out here. Now it's just a bunch of short dudes trying to talk to tall women, and tall women don't like short men, but short men love tall women. The tall women looking for the tall dudes, but the tall dudes done stole all the short women, so the short dudes can't have no short women. It's crazy. It's stupid.
That whole thing where they would have, celebrities or politicians getting their injection on camera, that came from a marketing professor on a way to get the public to take more flu vaccines or more vaccines in general.
So the reason why this Boston slide went viral, because parents kept writing emails and letters to the city of Boston, and they were saying how dangerous it was, and how some of the older kids couldn't really write it, and some of the younger kids would just go flying right out. And for a while, they just kept brushing it off, thinking that it was just a children's slide. How unsafe could it really be? Parents still kept writing and sending letters, and that's when officials looked into it and had to see what these people were talking about, because they were sick of hearing about this slide. So they told an officer to go over there and go down the slide and see what everyone was talking about.
Why was it?
Hey, I usually don't laugh at stuff like that. You hear what I'm saying? But I had to. I did not expect that shit right there, man. Let me see.
On the slide and see what everyone was talking about.
Why was it so?
And that's how we have this iconic viral video of this officer going down a slide.
What's up, y'all? The wind roaring. Let's get serious. Question. If you can eradicate one life-ending disease right now, which one would it be? I'll go first. And ooh, that's a hard question. But I think it would have to be AIDS. We need to go ahead and just get rid of that. I mean, I don't know if it get any worse than that, if you want to be technical. But you're different. If you could cure any disease right now, which one would it be? Comment below. Let me hear it.
Hey, that's a hard one. But I agree with him with AIDS. He probably from Atlanta, because Atlanta is where I took AIDS serious, man. You see, I didn't come face to face with AIDS until I went to Atlanta. And it was like everywhere, man. It was sad, man. It was real sad. But that's a hard ass question, man. That's kind of like a unfair question, because AIDS really jack people up, but I mean, cancer do too. You hear what I'm saying? And then you got to think about diabetes. How many grandmamas got diabetes? High blood pressure. You hear what I'm saying? That's a hard question right there.
So here we are. This is the second pool. This was the one where they drew the Chinese Buddhist map. And here is the third pool, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh. We are like this. Pools, circular sectors, each with its dome. With its 7 domes, its 7 heavens. That's why the Bible always speaks of heavens. So all of this is there. That's how it is. And all of this is a game. Those who hold us prisoner here are the players who arrived, those Anunnakis, and they made us prisoners within this game. What happens? There is an underworld. Here beneath each continent, there is an underworld. There are the tunnels, and further down are the cities. Each circular sector has its underworld. Beneath this continent is the underworld. One enters through caverns, volcanoes, caves, tunnels, they know. What happens? We are in a game, and our soul remained prisoner by circular sectors. While we are alive, we have these avatars, and when we die, our soul is taken to the underworld, deceived that it has to come to pay for certain things and be reborn, reincarnate. And the souls from here don't go over here, nor those from here over there, each one separated by circular sectors.
You see Shane Gillis and his friends talk about his one buddy who swabbed his bearded dragon lizard and did a 23andMe. It came back 51% Ashkenazi Jew.
Oh man, let's get up out of here. We might get in trouble.
I'm not saying I told.
A lot of people will swear that you are the problem until you remove yourself, and they still have the same damn problems. A matter of fact, they even got more problems since you were gone. Ain't that a...
You notice this in relationships. Okay, this woman, she had one boyfriend, and he was a bad guy, and 2 boyfriends, and she was 18 and 25, and this baby daddy is bad. And then all of a sudden you realize that this heifer is the problem. If this person want the problem, why they ain't married yet? Why is the problem still there? Why have this person been having the same problem for 20 years? Everybody they blamed for the problem, they moved on, but yet the problem is still there.
This man's eye looked like a snake on live TV. Check this out, y'all.
Oh my God, he looks like a snake.
It's like it was an accident. Look at the eye.
He looks like a lizard.
That's not a normal human eye. I know what they say. I don't think this is a glitch on TV. But the left eye is normal and the right eye is slanted like a snake, like a reptilian. Stay weird.
A dog doesn't know how to lie to you. A dog doesn't know how to be fake. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you shit, he gonna be, but you could catch your dog taking a shit, hit it with the newspaper, and then somebody knock on the door. And then he'll be like, pause on the ass whooping. Let's address this situation. Right. And we're ready to kill for you right after you whoop his ass. That's unconditional love. Unconditional love, yo. It's very true. Let me just